Good evening, my dear friends. Today I am going to talk about a very nice article appeared in the Economist, the international magazine which is famous for the quality reporting and the quality readers. The international journal the Economist, ran a very significant cover story on China. It is titled How Xi Jinping is Destroying Chinese Economy. Recently, China has had very harsh lockdowns. The lockdowns are crippling the economy. In addition to that, the Chinese President Xi Jinping's policy of enforcing state capitalism in China is becoming a double jolt for the already struggling Chinese economy due to lockdowns. Xi Jinping is becoming the enemy to the Chinese economy. Over 20 years, China has grown much faster than America. Since the massacre at Tiananmen Square, the China's foray into the world markets have been very much appreciable, but it seems to slow down now due to the Chinese President Xi Jinping's much contributing much selfish, self centered policies of zero COVID policy and state capitalism. Why he is doing this? He is sticking to the party lines, the Communist Party lines, to enforce the zero COVID policy and the state capitalism. The zero COVID policy to make the people safer from the danger of epidemics, and the state capitalism in order to satisfy the party ideologies. Why sudden state capitalism? After the Mao's rule, China had mixed the open markets and state capitalism, and it has reaped the benefits of it has reaped the benefits of liberalization for 20 years since 1990s. And now suddenly a move to state capitalism is jolting the private sector. China's state run sector, that is the public sector, is very slow growing, and it is crippling the technical tech companies, the private investment in tech companies. The tech companies contribute 8% of the GDP of China, and it is stifling the state run policy is stifling the tech giants, and lots of fines have been imposed on tech giants, and they are not able to bear on this. The state capitalism may increase some demand. China is trying to improvise on its Sino-American conflict. Sino-American conflict means the conflict between the diplomatic relations, the opposition to the diplomatic relations between China and America. The venture capitalists are shocked because the private capital is very much discouraged now in China. The Chinese stocks are trading at a 45% lower than American stocks. And some reality on the COVID policy of China. China is reluctant to import the European mRNA vaccines, and more than 200 million people are under restrictions, and 100 million people over 60 years of age are yet to be vaccinated fully. That is the third dose. So, this is crippling the so called COVID policy of China. Shanghai and Xiamen have been locked down for 2 months now. The country, the giant country on which the whole European and the Western world is pinning its hope, is slowing down, my dear friends. And that is only due to this Xi Jinping's, the dictator type Xi Jinping's own ideologies of satisfying the Communist Party lines. Xi Jinping is 68 now. He is standing for the third term as the president. This is a breakdown from the convention that China has faced ever now. Earlier presidents were only holding two presidential terms. Xi Jinping is making a change. These dictators' policies are never questioned. The fear of being criticized for sabotage is putting people away from criticizing Xi Jinping's policies. His own party politicians are fearing Xi Jinping. That kind of power and command this man is still exerting in China, and this one man policy, the economist says, will just destroy the country's economy. See how the reality sector is performing. The reality sector is contributing a fifth of country's GDP. It is performing very dismal, very poor and very dismal, because lots of control, lots of sanctions have been imposed on them. China is trying to outwit the inequality and poverty from Chinese land. This is a good idea, but how far this is practical has to be seen, my dear friends. So the long article in the Economist gives more insight into what is going on in China today, and it has got a bearing of India-China policy and Chinese relations with rest of the world. Friends, I hope this kind of articles from international journals are giving us more insight into the international political scenario and the relations between countries, and this will help you to understand in depth the reality behind the world's second largest economy, China. Kindly go through the Economist. The Economist is a very quality journal. It is, along with the Times and the Newsweek, it's a very leading journal in the whole world, and the quality of language and the information it provides is very real and genuine. So, going through the Economist will improve your knowledge on the world. The world in your one eye, hawk's eye, is what I can say about our reading of Economist and Times. Thank you, my dear friends. I hope the Chinese one man rule policy is appreciable at this context, and there is no doubt that the Look China policy countries like Sri Lanka and Nepal are suffering. The China is not able to interfere in their affairs because the China itself is slowing down and becoming more and more introvert. That's all for now today. Tomorrow I will come with another interesting topic, and till then, I bid adieu for now. Bye. Good night, my dear friends.